In the small town of Oakwood Hollow, I, Robert Price, lived with my wife, Sarah, and our two children, Emily and Jason. I was an expert at maintaining the perfect facade. People saw me as a charming and successful man who always had the perfect solution for any problem. I had a muscular build, a confident smile, and piercing eyes that could make anyone feel like they were the center of my universe. Each morning, I drove my children to school and then went to work as a manager at the local hardware store. Sarah took care of our home, including our backyard with its inconspicuous wooden shed. At night, when the town slept, I indulged in my dark desires. The thrill of the hunt consumed me as I stalked my victims, eliminating them with calculated precision. The more I killed, the more exhilarating it became. As the body count rose, I felt a sense of pride. I was confident that my double life would remain undiscovered. Sarah, Emily, and Jason remained blissfully ignorant, and I made sure they stayed that way. My shed served as my sanctuary, housing my tools, my secrets, and my trophies. It was a place where I could revel in my twisted accomplishments. I was careful to keep it locked and warned my family to stay away. One day, while Emily and Jason played in the backyard, I watched from the window as they approached the shed. I had carelessly left the door ajar. My heart raced as they entered, and I knew I had to intervene. "Get inside the house now!" I demanded, my anger barely contained. I couldn't risk them discovering my secrets. I sensed Emily's growing suspicion as she began to notice my late-night excursions and the occasional blood on my hands. But I was a master manipulator, and I made her believe that she was imagining things. "You're just being paranoid, Emily," I would say, flashing her one of my charming smiles. "I love you all so much. I would never do anything to hurt our family." But deep down, I knew that my words were empty promises, and my love for my family was nothing more than a facade to maintain my image. As my desire for power and control grew, I started manipulating my family members in other ways too. I would make Sarah feel guilty for not giving me enough attention, or I would make Emily believe that she was the cause of our family problems. One day, Emily confronted me. "Are you the one killing people in our town?" I didn't flinch. "What are you talking about, Emily?" I responded, my voice steady and cold. She recounted the evidence she had found, and I realized my secret was unraveling. I tried to manipulate her again, but Emily refused to accept my explanation. She was on to me, and she wasn't going to back down. Emily confided in Sarah, and soon my wife began to see the signs as well. I felt the walls closing in, and I knew I had to regain control. But Sarah was resolute. She confronted me, demanding that I turn myself in. As anger surged through me, Emily and Jason intervened. Emily held up her phone, revealing that she had been recording our conversation. "We've got you, Dad. It's over." My perfect facade crumbled, and I was taken into police custody. The town of Oakwood Hollow reeled from the revelation, but I felt no remorse. I was only sorry that I had been caught. As I sat in my cell, I reflected on the events that led to my downfall. I thought about my childhood, my parents' abuse, and how I had always craved power and control. Killing became my way of coping with my pain, and I never expected to be caught. I still believed that I was superior to everyone else, and that I had the right to do what I pleased. Sarah visited me once in jail, her face a mask of sadness and anger. She told me that Emily and Jason were receiving counseling, and that they were slowly healing. "But what about you, Robert?" she asked. "Do you even realize the damage you've caused? The lives you've destroyed?" I laughed bitterly. "Of course I realize it. But it doesn't matter. I'm still better than all of them. I'm a god among men." Sarah shook her head in disbelief and left the room, unable to bear my twisted worldview. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. I spent this time in my cell, plotting my revenge and dreaming of the day when I could escape and reclaim my power. Despite my delusions, I knew that I was stuck in my prison for the rest of my life. And as I grew older and weaker, my hatred and resentment only grew stronger. I was set to live out my days and rot in this decrepit cell. My family and the town of Oakwood Hollow breathed a collective sigh of relief, glad to be rid of the monster that had once lived among them. My twisted legacy lived on, a reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of even the most seemingly perfect facade.